Mike Freeman.
Tyler Gould, how are we doing, man?
Good, man. We are about to open the doors and unleash Carol Wertz on the world. And Carol's a friend of yours. You've known her for a while. She gave you a B in a class in college, and you're still holding a grudge. And so tonight was sort of like trying to get through that a little bit. But
and I got no business after tonight. I got no business holding any kind of grudge for Carol Wertz.
So tell me, why Carol Wertz, why you thought she was a good candidate for richest man in town, and what are some things that stood out to you tonight?
Well, for our listeners that aren't so quick, let me just connect those dots. Carol is a woman on the show Richest Men in Town, and we've got like millions of dollars invested in marketing. So I don't know how hard it's going to be to change our name, but you might want to consider that, because Carol comes in and teaches us as much, if not more, than any other guest we've had. You talk about journey. You talk about someone who seeks the challenge and grabs the challenge by the throat when life presents some things, and she plays her one string, right? She plays what she's got, and she plays it with the right attitude. Man, so many great things that come out of Carol Wertz that you don't see coming.
Yeah, I mean, Carol Wertz is an educator by profession, but she's an educator by experience and by just modeling. You know, the journey that she travels on, that she takes us on in the time that we're together, is impressive. And if you're not walking away with some nuggets of, oh shoot, that's those are some eye-opening experiences, then maybe you need to rewind and start it over.
Carol reminds us of the power of the unscripted life. The guy who thinks he's got it all figured out, right? He's got everything he's going to be doing for the next 5 years, next 10 years. We know the real story. It is important to have a plan. It is important to have an idea of where you want to be heading, but we need to follow Carol's example and learn what that tug feels like. Learn what that voice sounds like, calling us to do some other things. Not easy things, right? But calling us to do those things that are going to help us become who we need to be. And that's what Carol exemplifies big time tonight.
Well, Carol talks about, she has a motto, right? But honestly, I think Carol has 3 mottos, because this is what I wrote down. Never turn down a challenge. Life is all about growing, and grow, learn, love, and serve. I mean, Carol is sort of the model of someone that sees the hard thing, accepts the hard thing, and then makes the best out of the hard thing. And man, if that's not something that we can all learn from, especially given the time that we live in now, I don't know if there's anything more powerful than what taught us tonight.
Well, in challenge, it's funny how this works, right? It comes full circle, but I came in with challenge kind of bouncing around in my brain. Our good friend, Toby Crawford, he gave a talk on Sunday. I'm still thinking about Toby. He quotes that guy from Donwall, right?
Yeah.
And he said, absorb yourself in a magnificent challenge.
Ooh, I like that.
As part of that richness of life, right? Absorb yourself in a magnificent challenge. And Carol's life is that. Yeah. From one magnificent challenge or one magnificent journey to the next. We start at a place, trust me, listeners, we don't finish there.
Yeah.
Where we start and Carol's beginnings are not where Carol is ending up. And that, to me, is fascinating. And that's why I love life. You really don't know what's going to come when the phone rings. You really don't know what's going to come from other people that are in our lives. And challenges are going to be presented. Are we going to have a positive attitude about it and take what is there for the learning and the growth? Or are we going to complain?
Yeah, I feel like we could have a map hung up on the wall behind us and just covered in tacks for where Carol has been on this journey around the globe. But she's touched some people's lives.
And everywhere she goes, it's grow, learn, right. Love, serve.
She's touched people's lives on more than one continent. And tonight, I certainly feel as though my life has been enriched from spending some time with Carol. So it was a good night, Mike Freeman, a good night with Carol Wertz.
Yeah, I'm grateful to that God that puts people in my life. And you just think how many other wonderful, amazing stories are in the lives of people that we work next to, that we live next to, that live in our house, right? Taking the time to actually pay attention and learn from people around us. Carol taught me that tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So here's what I'm thinking, right? If you're listening to this show and you have someone in your mind that you think lives an exemplary life, let us know. Let's bring them on. Let's learn together. We want to learn from you, and we hope that you're learning from the people we've brought onto the show.
Yeah,
Carol was a dream.
The hits just keep coming on this program. Number one, if you are listening to this podcast, you're in a great place. Now, what are we going to do about it?
That's it. Well, look, it was a great night tonight. I hope everyone enjoys the time with Carol Wertz as much as you and I did tonight, Mike. But sit back, sharpen your pencil, break out some paper, and enjoy Carol Wertz on The Richest Men in Town.